Is there an objective scale of attractiveness? For the sake of argument, let's talk about it. Hi, I'm Nick. This is 10 Minutes with Nick. And look, in life, we like things that are objective. We do. We like objective truth. We like set rules. We like things like we like sports. Sports has rules. And we get mad. Oh, we get mad when those rules are broken. That was pass interference, ref. How could you not see that? Gah! It makes you so mad. It makes you so angry. We like objective rules for morality. Like, how can you not see that that was a bad thing to do? Like, ooh, evil orange man. How can you not see that that was a bad thing to do? Or, on the Democrat side, Joe Biden, how could you not see that was a bad thing to do? It's weird that I can say one name and not the other, but we'll move on from that. We like objective rules because it lets us put a framework around things. So in dating, where do we get our objective framework from? Well, a fundamental truth of life is that we don't know and can't control who people like. The genie himself, Robin Williams, said to us, rule number 1, I can't make people fall in love. I just can't do it. The results are bad. I won't do it, can't do it. Can't interfere with free will. So we have free will, and we have to then put a framework over that free will. One of the ways in dating that we do that is we say, okay, there is purely on the physical. I'm just rating on the physical. There is an objective scale of attractiveness. And over the years, it's been narrowed down 1 to 10. But we've created a scale. Now, where do we fall on that scale? Now, that's the question. And the objective truth of the matter is, you fall on the scale wherever people who are attracted to you relatively believe you fall. So our objective framework is suddenly incredibly relative. This hurts people. This hurts people's brains. And the reason I brought this up is because I saw a clip from they're not my good friends. I don't know them. They don't know me. But the boys at the Whatever podcast, they love to ask this question of their panel of young women. And they mostly love to ask it because they're setting up, right? They're setting something up. They know what they're about to do. And what they're about to do is to essentially sucker the girls in. They know for a fact every single time. I don't know. Maybe, excuse me, I have a bit of a runny nose this morning. It's gross for you. It's gross for me. I'm sorry we both had to sit through that. But thank you for paying attention. The Whatever podcast boys, they set these girls up because they know at least one of them is going to say, I'm a 10. And they will fall into the objective camp. Well, if you're a 10, that means you're the perfect woman. That means there is no room for improvement. That means you cannot possibly be any more attractive. You cannot possibly be any more attractive. The world could not possibly be any more attractive. And then she will inevitably say something along the lines of, well, I think all girls should believe they're 10s. I think some of them will say, I think everybody should believe they're 10s. And Brian, the host, and the other men on the show will inevitably say something along the lines of, well, that's just ridiculous. You have to be realistic with yourself and, blah, blah, blah. So what do we make of this objective framework? Do we like it? In the way the Whatever podcast uses it, I don't. It's meant as a way to belittle, right? He's telling somebody who has this image of themselves as perfect and beautiful, whatever. No, you're not. He's specifically trying to collapse their worldview. I'm not sure that Brian does it from a place of malice. I can't ascribe malice to someone, right? I really can't. I think he does it from a place of wanting to teach. It's just not a good way to teach what he's trying to. Understanding that you have a place in the world is a biblical principle. It is something that people need to understand, and it's incredibly helpful in the dating world too. Like, I'm not going to date Jessica Alba. It's just never going to happen. Girl that I am, my girlfriend right now, she is a 10. Like, in my eyes, she is a 10, and I am a 4. So I'm batting well above I'm punching well above my weight class. Being a 4 doesn't collapse my confidence. Right? Like, this is something just to know. There may be an objective scale of attractiveness, but our place on it is completely relative. My girlfriend thinks I'm a smoke show. To me, that's all that matters. I don't really care. Like, that's what matters, is that you find somebody who, on the objective scale of attractiveness, you both rate each other relatively high. And a lot of things come into combination with that, right? Like, the relativity starts to come in when you talk about, like, personality. You start to talk about the things you do, the skills you have, what you bring to the table, what you both bring to the table. And that's a conversation for another day. But I keep going back to this terrible advice out there on the internet, which essentially weaponizes the attractiveness scale and turns it into, like, women will do these posts or these discussions where they're like, I never see a single hot man. I see all of these beautiful women and all of these just ugly men. And all of a sudden men start to get a complex like, am I ugly? Am I ugly? No, first of all, there are very few people in the world who are truly ugly. And honestly, half the time, people who are ugly are people who just don't take care of themselves. Like, just don't make an effort of washing their face, showering once in a while, eating decent food. Like, they make no effort. They're ugly not because of the fact that they're actually physically ugly. They're ugly because, well, they're like a building that has not been taken care of. My friends, we are temples. God has given us the gift of a soul, and we are temples meant to contain that soul. And every soul is beautiful. You have to maintain that temple, though. And I'm not saying go to the gym 9 times a week, and I'm not saying spend thousands of dollars at beauty salons. I'm saying get a washcloth and wash your face once in a while. Like, you don't have to worry about that. This objective scale of attractiveness, though, can be very helpful because you can look at yourself in the mirror. It should be an internal rating is where we get to, I think. The objective scale of attractiveness should be something internal where you look at yourself and go, okay, what am I doing that's making me lower on this scale? Because most of it's in your control. Now, I'm a 4. I call myself a 4. Why? Well, because I don't really like my chin. I don't really, it's like my eyebrows are so thick. I'm like, I've got this kind of, kind of just it's things that are, I don't know. I just don't like them. But I'm going to therapy and I'm learning. That's my view of them. The world doesn't view them that way. I'm lucky enough to, have found a girl who tells me how beautiful she thinks I am. And that helps a lot. But if you don't have that, look at the objective scale and then remember, your place on it is completely relative. Was that helpful? Probably not. But this is a 10-minute podcast. I can't give therapy advice here. This is just my take and my rambling thoughts. If you liked it, subscribe. I'll do more rambling thoughts. I have lots of content. There should be a video relatively here where I'm pointing. There should be an option to subscribe here where I'm pointing, or here. I might have gotten them backwards. Or you didn't like it, leave a comment, tell me I'm an idiot, and then you can be on your way. But I'm out of time. 10 minutes with Nick is meant to be 10 minutes, and I'm at 11 minutes and 30 seconds. That'll be cut down, and we'll probably be close to 10 minutes by the time the edit is done. But thank you all for listening. I'm Nick. This is 10 Minutes with Nick. Have a great day.